Friends, hi, hello, how are you? Welcome back to the Curvy E Chronicles. Today we are cooking our meal plan, so let's get into it.
Caution, watching the following content may cause extreme hunger. Viewer discretion is advised. Other symptoms may include stomach growling, hunger outbursts, mouth watering, increased salivation, impulse grocery shopping, increased desire to cook, increased to want to come to my house. That will not happen. Increase to hitting that subscribe button, increase to hitting that like button, and increase to leaving a comment. Please do all of the above.
Alrighty, disclaimers out of the way. We are jumping right into Monday's dinner, which we did some country style pork ribs. So I always start by putting onions on the bottom of my crock pot. I like to do mine in the crock pot. My mom does hers in the oven in like a big 9x13 pan. As you can see here, mine were still kind of frozen because I might have forgotten to take them out of the freezer in the right time. So I broke them in half, seasoned them up really good, and put them in my crock pot. So yeah, I like to do them in the crock pot. These ones I did do for about 8 hours. You do a dash of liquid smoke, little dab will do ya. I probably overdid it a little bit, but liquid smoke is my special ingredient. Then of course we're gonna sauce these up, and you want to make sure you have lots of sauce. These are boneless country style pork ribs. I have done bone in, you just want to be careful. So then we're gonna low and slow those for 8 hours. When we get to within about an hour, in that 1 hour left, we're gonna make mashed potatoes. You guys have seen me make mashed potatoes before, but if you're new here and haven't, I just dice up potatoes. I leave the skins on. We put them in some water. We salt our water because salting water is important. And trick here, put your spoon over your bowl and it'll keep things from going over. Once they are fork tender, drain them, add in, for this amount of potatoes, I did half a block of cream cheese and a stick of butter. Well, it's not a full stick of butter. Season them again. Some heavy whipping cream. I eyeball everything, and then we're just going to mix those until they're good. Normally I put this in a bowl, but I was feeling lazy, so I just did it in the pan with my hand mixer because that's what we do. But this is always a house favorite. It makes the house smell amazing. It's so good. Very hearty too. Alright, Tuesday, we are jumping into my copycat zuppa toscana. As always, friends, recipes will be linked down below if I have them. So we're going to start with cutting up some bacon and cooking it a little bit, and then we're going to add in our sausage. Should I have used my meat master? Yes, I should have, but I didn't. I used my flat thing there. So while our meat is cooking, we are going to chop up our onions, just dice them. I know, my cutting skills give me anxiety too. Don't worry, it's not just you. Then we're going to cut up potatoes. This recipe does call for red potatoes, but my red potatoes weren't good, so we just used regular russets. Once your sausage is basically browned, you're going to add in your onion and then garlic. I don't measure garlic, but with my heart. So yes, that is a tablespoon measurement. So we did 2 tablespoons if you really need an exact measurement. But we're going to let that cook for another couple minutes. Then we're going to add in our potatoes, and we're going to spill them all over the stove because it would not be cooking with Courtney if I did not spill on the stove. We're going to add in 6 cups of water. Technically 2 of these cups should be chicken stock, but I use this better than bouillon, so I just added in my water and then just added the better than bouillon in and made sure to give it a very good stir, which you will see here in a moment. We made sure to stir. Also at this point, you do want to add in your seasoning, so Italian seasoning and then like salt and pepper. With the bacon and sausage, we actually didn't need to add in a whole lot of salt and pepper, so we just gave that good stir, put the lid on, let that come to a simmering boil for about, 15-20 minutes till your potatoes are fork tender. Seems to be the going rate. Then we're going to add in our kale. I do like to do fresh kale because it just, it tastes good to me. And then we're going to put in I think it's a 1.5 cups of heavy whipping cream. We'll let that cook for 5 more minutes and then delish. I usually serve that with my copycat breadsticks, but I did not get them out of the freezer. This week was like a lazy week. Like, I wanted stuff that's easy, which brings me to my next one. This one pan dinner. So I have this Normandy blend frozen vegetables that, yes, are highly freezer burnt. So don't you worry, we only used half a bag and I threw the other half a bag out to the chickens because we ain't going to eat the rest of those. They're freezer burnt as all get out. But again, my pork chops, I did not pull them out. And this is a theme this week. I did not pull things out of the freezer when I should have. So we're going to oil everything up. We're going to salt it. And as you were going to watch me salting, the vegetables turned out fine. The pork chops, we are a bit salty. My husband did not want to finish them because he goes, God, did you use the wrong side of the salt shaker? No, I just got a little carried away. You know, garlic salt, we measured it with our heart. And this time it was a way too much. That poor pork chop. But yeah, and then I think I tossed on some Italian seasoning too, just to give it some variation. But like garlic salt and Italian seasoning are my go-tos. But we're going to pop this in the oven at 350 for like 25-30 minutes. These are thin cut pork chops, so they're pretty good. And I broke out my fine Dixie china, you know, the paper kind, and that was dinner. It was good. It was easy. The kids loved it too. So that brings me to a Friday's recipe, which was my husband cooking. He was barbecuing. He was marinating our London broil. So this is apparently exact science. He did vinegar, a Worcestershire, mustard, some spicy brown mustard, some barbecue sauce, all precise measurements here. We did add garlic in later. He did want to tell me it was like a tablespoon. I'm like, honey, we don't actually measure garlic. We just do it with our heart. And then, of course, we have to, you know, custom blend our spices. This man, I tell you. I mean, he is a barbecue master, but holy smokes, does he get a little wild with things. And then, of course, our defrosted London broil. We're going to stick that. He did marinate this for like an hour, maybe an hour and a half. But exact terminology, you smush it and squish it and wiggle it around. Apparently that's the right way to do things. And then we cooked this up with some asparagus. He initially was not going to cut the ends off the asparagus. I had to tell him to do that. And then this is his asparagus boat he makes of tinfoil because he was cooking on the barbecue. And I will tell you, there's just something about the way he cooks vegetables on the barbecue. So good. We ended up doing some mushrooms like this too. I just didn't get footage of that. So our asparagus, 2 tablespoons of butter, some balsamic vinegar for a little bit of flavor. I love balsamic vinegar on vegetables on the barbecue. And, of course, some garlic salt. So that does tie up today's Cook With Me. I was really thrilled that I didn't have to make dinner on Friday, but I hope you guys enjoyed these recipes. As always, check back for Meal Plan Monday. And until next time, remember to spread kindness like glitter.